Welcome, my name's Mark Fish. I'm Erin's dad, Kieran's father-in-law. Thank you all for being here. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Scott and Lisa McCoy for being great partners in this venture. And boy, an awesome rehearsal dinner last night. We had such a great time, and thank you very much. You might have heard that Erin's a middle child. I used to say that meant she could fight up with Kelsey or more often down with Patrick. Even as a young child, you knew where Erin stood. To this day, she lives life to the fullest, and she's kind, compassionate, and extremely passionate. This is a word that comes up all weekend. About anything she commits to. This zest for life dates back to her formative years, where until she was 5 or 6, she thought her name was Jesus Erin. Even this morning, I think there was a Jesus Erin, but some of you may know that my wife Jill and I started our careers and our family in Johnstown. We spent almost 10 years in Fulton County. Just think, if we had stayed in Johnstown, Erin and Kieran would have been Sir Bills together. Over the years, we've jokingly called Johnstown the center of the universe, because our family has so many interesting intersections between the community and our family. Here are just a few to consider. Jill and I had our first apartment on South William Street, right in the McCoy neighborhood, right? McCoy family friend Derek Brown used to drive my daughter Kelsey and his daughter to preschool. My niece Kelly is best friends with Sir Bill alum Nikki Clausen. Kieran's high school AD is one of my best friends, Mike Satterley. Scott and Lisa McCoy, this is a really good one. Scott and Lisa McCoy were married in Amsterdam on September 5th, 1992. And I know this because at the same time across town in St. Mary's Hospital, Jill and I were having Kelsey. And of course, who in this room hasn't been arrested by Scott McCoy? But I'm not going to go too much detail on that. No raising hands. The cosmic universe was at work again when in middle school, Erin and Kieran met on MySpace. I've heard it a number of different things, but I know it's MySpace. By the way, that means you guys are getting old. You ask any kids today, they don't know MySpace. At the time, no one could have seen this day coming. Fast forward to college, Erin went to Rochester to visit her college soccer teammates, who are bridesmaids today. And, the rest is history. Kieran quickly acclimated to be part of the family. In fact, Kieran holds the record, and this is a fun fact. Kieran holds the record for living with Jill and I the longest at the lake house. This is not even close. Kieran holds the record. Now, after many years, we're at this blessed event. You could say that Kieran opted for the extended tryout. Kieran, you need to listen carefully here. This is important. Before we go through the toast for your blessed union, this is important. Remember, we have 200 witnesses here. Jill and I have a strict no return policy. She is now all yours. If you have a glass, raise it up, toast the couple. Thank you for coming tonight.
Next, please welcome to the microphone the Matron of Honor.
That's okay. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Kelsey, Erin's older sister and very proud matron of honor. I'd like to thank you all for being here to celebrate Erin and Kieran this evening. I know how how much they have looked forward to this day and just how much thought and time and effort has gone into this weekend. So please know it means the world to them to have you here tonight. To my parents and to the McCoys, thank you so much for everything you've done to make today so special. Your love, support, and generosity has not only made this evening possible, but have also shaped Aaron and Kieran into two pretty incredible people to celebrate. So thank you for everything you've done to bring us all here together. For those of you who don't know how we ended up here today, I'd like to take you back to where it all began. The year is 2008. Barack Obama has just been elected president. Low by Flo Rida is on repeat. And a young Kieran McCoy sits in the bleachers at his middle school watching an 8th grade girls basketball game. He's scheming with his friends on how to get the AAM screen names of some of the South Glens Falls players. And he's got his eye on this scrawny little blonde whose teeth are so out of place that they eventually become our orthodontist before and after posters. But Kieran really likes what he sees, and he makes his move. So KMAC 213, New York Yankees, messages Yankee Girly 55, and the rest is history. I used to make fun of this relationship a lot. I would call Kieran her pen pal. But just as pen pals do, they kept in touch throughout the years, confiding in each other through the ups and downs of high school and college, and even changing technology in order to message each other. Rest in peace to AOL and MySpace. They always had a special connection, a safe space for each other to talk to and to be fully themselves. So when their paths crossed again in the spring of 2015, the universe finally got its way, and they've been inseparable ever since. Just yesterday, they actually celebrated 9 years together, and I know they have a lifetime of confiding in each other ahead of them. My husband and I actually just had our first baby 2 months ago, and and that has led to an increase in the childhood stories shared with us by our families. As it turns out, it was my first birthday party that led my parents to determine that I needed a sibling. Apparently, I needed to learn that it wasn't all about me and how to share. So when Erin made her arrival less than a year later, that is exactly what I got. Soccer teams, friends, the Toyota Camry, teachers, clothing, batting practice, the hair straightener. At the time, it felt like there was very little that we did not share, and for two completely opposite, headstrong teenage girls, it was not always easy. Our parents even instated a "you are not allowed to speak to each other on the way home from practice" policy that did help to decrease the amount of arguments, but these were difficult times. But as we grew, so did our relationship. And now I can't tell you how grateful I am for all that we share today. The same city, phone calls on your way home from work, great friends, videos of Finn and Otto, a Peloton account, meals at our Thursday dinner club, concerts, recipes, trips home to the lake, time with Damien, creeping our family out with our favorite smile, and of course, an appreciation for good and hazy New England IPAs. Erin, I am so grateful to share so much of my life with you, and even more grateful that you found someone as wonderful as Kieran to share your life with. The two of you are incredibly thoughtful, selfless, and passionate individuals, but as a couple, you truly bring out the best in each other. I vividly remember seeing the two of you together for the first time and being like, is this my sister? I have never seen her so happy. And over the years, I've seen how you've made each other better, stronger, and happier every single day. So when I asked Kieran, hey, is there anything that you want me specifically to say this evening? He said, his response was simple, but perfect, just that she's my best friend. And that to me says everything about the foundation of your relationship, one that's built on love, loyalty, and friendship. So if you all raise your glasses. Here's to Aaron and Kieran, and a love that's the real McCoy. Cheers.
And let's follow up with a big round of applause for Matron. And next, please welcome to the microphone the best man.
Right there.
This is the right height. It was going up higher. I wish I was that tall. I'm not Chris. So I'm Steven. I met Kieran when I was 3 years old. We met playing Pee-wee soccer. So he has been my oldest and my best friend. We're 30 years old now, so we met like 27 years ago. And on the soccer pitch, where we belong, Kieran was always a little faster, a little better, and they end up sticking me in the goal. But like everything in our life, it was heavily sports-centric. We grew up playing all the sports. We played soccer, basketball, baseball. We did some football for a little bit, and it was really just always me trying to keep up with this kid. Kieran was always the best at whatever sport he played. Honestly, Kieran was the best at most things that he did. You would think since turning 30, I'd be over this issue. Like, sports was 12, 15 years ago at this point. I'm not gonna do the math right now. But I've golfed my whole life. Kieran actually just picked up golf. Like, I say 3 years ago, he says like 6 or 7, and he already has a lower handicap than me. It's kind of bullshit, and I'm a little sick of it. I almost had to take that out of my speech because I nearly beat him yesterday, but I didn't. Aaron, on the other hand, I met when we were in diapers. We were babysat together when the Fishes lived in Johnstown. So funny enough, you can say that Kieran's actually my second oldest friend. But I'm the best man. Kelsey and Mark just did a great job talking the two up. So let's focus on my second longest friend right now for a little bit, and then I'll get back to Aaron. So why is Kieran so good at things? With Kieran, it goes beyond just being born athletic. I mean, shout out to Lisa and Scott. Where are you? Good genes, very good genes. But Kieran's more than that. He's meticulous. He is detail-oriented in everything that he does. But above all, Kieran is relentless and Kieran is committed. He's committed in his work, in his sports, in his friendships, and his relationships. You heard that in all these speeches already. He's willing to put in the extra time and effort that it takes to be great at everything that he does. He's so committed to the plan that he can live with his girlfriend's parents for multiple years, through summers when Aaron is overseas at the U.S. Women's World Cup. At first, when I heard that and was talking to Kieran, I'm like, dude, that's crazy. And apparently it's the longest, he's got the record. Crazy.
Nobody's moving back in.
He's got the record for good. But then I met Jill and Mark, and I'm like, oh, wait, I'm gonna stay over. And so I've done it a few times too. Yeah, it's a great spot to be. I get it completely. Lost my spot. Kieran is one of the nicest, most genuine people out there. As I'm sure most people here know, he becomes friends with everyone that he meets. He's thoughtful and cares about the people around him. I truly wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for this guy in my life. I would like to say that we push each other to be better at everything that we did, whether it's be better people, be better at sports, be better at school, be better at Call of Duty. But looking back, it was really just me trying to keep up with him. I could never catch him in sports. He always got slightly better grades than me. He did take band like a nerd, so it boosted his GPA up because Dan Jones gave him a free A. The only thing I think I actually bested him in was Call of Duty. Not that cool. But we used to spend hours in my parents' basement playing that game. And as I learned today from Kieran's card to me, it was mainly because of a stocked mini fridge because of my mom. All the Mountain Dew. If we weren't playing Call of Duty, we were like up late night, crying, laughing, watching Family Guy or something. And you get to hear Kieran's iconic like SpongeBob laugh that everyone here knows. If it wasn't Call of Duty, if it wasn't laughing at comedy shows or whatnot, on the very rare occasion, we'd prank call some girls from South Glens Falls and play Chrono in Line by Swayze. Baby, will you be mine? No. Well, everyone nowadays, and as we heard, has seemingly like been meeting through these Hinge and Bumble dating apps. Kieran and Erin did it the old-fashioned way. AOL Instant Messenger and MySpace. I don't know which one happened first. It was 7th or 8th grade basketball, and some suave young Serbills, as we are, were in the hallways or in the stands, and we hit it off with some South High Bulldogs in the stands. Erin came over to say hi to some of Johnstown family friends, and Kieran took notice immediately. So naturally, as the 8th graders do, we get a few of the South High girls' numbers, but this was like back in the day when texting was expensive. Remember, like, you had to pay for like 50 texts a month, and it was like 50 cents a text. So what did we do so our parents wouldn't like take our phones away or ground us? We jump right to AOL. So sorry. And then on AOL is where this friendship blossomed, and it made for an interesting 8 years of like this online social media kind of friendship. Sidebar. Talking about Kieran being better than me at everything, I was messaging a different South High girl at the time. Now we're at Kieran and Erin's wedding, and I'm 30 and single. So this dude's better at online dating than me. But anyway, back to those 8 years. What an 8 years they were. There's a love story, something out of like a cheesy high school musical like movie. There were other boyfriends and girlfriends. There were sign maids at a sporting event. There were cheers of Mrs. McCoy at softball games. I'm pretty sure Kieran's ex didn't play softball even. Every single time we played South Glens Falls, Kieran got hit. They would throw the ball at him. He got beamed every single time. How many times? 5 or 6 times. It was awesome. We always got a man on base. I think we always won. This was like real high school musical drama. At one point, Kieran was forced to block and delete Erin's number in his phone because their connection was so obvious, their connection was like so palpable, like you could feel that something was going on here. But as you know, Kieran is relentless and Kieran is committed. Kieran, what's Erin's cell phone number? How long have you known that? This man downloaded an app on his iPod Touch. iPod Touch, the most 2010 like phrase you could ever say, so that he could just reach out to Erin. Recently, Erin found those messages. I'm just gonna read one that stuck out to me. It's good. You've been stuck in my head for so long. All right. You've been stuck in my head for so long, and I just had to find a way to talk to you. He said this to Erin through an iPhone app when he was 16 years old. Kieran is relentless, and Kieran is committed. Oh, great. These two were destined to run into each other at the end of college and live this life together that they both deserve. I'm honored to have been a part of their stories for 29 years, Erin. Shortly last 27 years, Kieran. 27. You guys have truly been my strongest support system and two of my best friends. I can't wrap it up in a speech that I try to keep short. I think we're doing okay. To tell you this. But you two are my best friends, and I can't wait to spend more of my life together with you until the end. So cheers to these guys.
When Erin asked me to do this, I was like, she knows I don't like to speak in public, so I was honored because she said, the mother of the bride never gets any attention. And that's Erin. She's always thinking of others. So I have a little Irish blessing for you. And then I'm going to gift it to you. So if you could all bow your heads. May God be with you, bless you. May you see your children's children. May you be poor in misfortunes and rich in blessings. And may you know nothing but happiness from this day forward. I love you both.
My move was going to be to give Erin the mic, but I think some of you may have heard her try to speak tonight, and there's not much coming out of the vocal cords, unfortunately, so too much chatting and having too much fun last night. So we do just want to say thank you, first of all, to everyone for coming. An incredible night tonight. I look around and I still see so many people I want to say hi to, and we'll get to you, I swear. We're both people pleasers, and we want to make everyone happy tonight, but thank you for coming tonight. Thank you to my roommates, not Ben and Kenny, but Mark and Jill, for this lovely night. Yes, they did take me in and host me while Erin was seeing the world, and they took me in as one of their own, and I can't thank them enough for that, and I can't thank them enough for their wonderful daughter and making me one of the happiest men tonight. As well as my parents for last night, one of our rehearsal dinner, and you know, raising me to be the man I am today. So we just want to say thank you to you. Thank you to everyone tonight for coming, and let's have a blast. Cheers.